Hey everyone, welcome back to I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills. I'm Slim.
And I'm Chris.
How's it going, everybody? And we are back for our Black History Month episode. Normally we do two. Sometimes we've done half and half, where it's a part one and part two. We were a little bit delayed this month. We all had some issues going on. I had some things that actually, last week. Did I tell you what I was doing last week, Chris?
No, what happened?
So last week I couldn't record because I actually went to a really nice wine tasting for the Valentine's holiday. My wife and I went, and it was dope. It was dope. It was pairing chocolates with different wines.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so I had I had a whole bunch of stuff stacked up, and then normally our recording day Thursday is this Thursday. Normally I would been able to record. Unfortunately, I had that going, so I couldn't. So, but it's all
Oh,
good
okay.
though. So, um,
That sounded fun, though. I'm like, shoot.
yeah, right.
Choice between,
Yeah. It was really dope, and I'm telling you, you know what? We gotta get you and the wife to one of those because honestly, it's at Total Wine, up the street, and they have quite a few different classes. They give you a couple of little snacks here and there, but the people actually tell you about the wine. They tell you the best way to taste it, and they give you a couple different kinds, and then that day you actually get a discount on the wines that are there. But some of these wines are so good, and when they actually tell you how to savor the wines and the different things you have to do, it's really really good. So
Oh,
I
wow.
really think y'all would like them, and I think the class is pretty cheap. I can't remember how much the class is at the moment,
Mhm.
but it's really cheap and it's really cool. It's about an hour or so, and
Mm.
it's mad chill. Y'all would love it. So we're gonna
Oh,
have to tell you about the one of those other days that we're gonna go. So.
yeah, food and alcohol are a couple of our favorite pairs.
There you
So,
go.
yeah.
There you go. That's a
Yeah.
good love language, right?
Yeah.
So,
Matter of fact,
so how things been going?
it's been going steady, as we've dealing with life here on a daily basis. So,
I hear
yeah,
that. Yeah,
it's ups
definitely.
and downs. And yeah, luckily
Yeah,
there's been more wins than losses. So,
there you go.
hope we
That's
can
the
keep
best
that
way.
trend going.
That's the best way it is. You got to go
Yeah.
through, keep charging on. But when you have wins, that's a good thing. So,
Yeah.
but like I said, this is going to be our Black History Month show, and I'm really excited about this show. I want to say for one person. But a lot of the people in this show that we're going to be talking about really excite me because some of my favorite characters came from some of these people. And I didn't know. Okay, I don't want to say came from some of these people. Some of these people actually brought these characters to life, and it made it so real for me that when you hear this character, when you read something with this character, like any kind of like a comic or anything, other book with this character in it, you hear these people's voices. So today I'm actually we are gonna talk about today we're gonna talk about uh black voice actors. And sorry I said I'm because I'm so excited about this because I feel like I'm like I okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna bury the lead here. The part that really made me excited about this is basically talking about Phil LaMarr. Because that dude, this is partially what gave me the idea. I'm gonna give her props. My wife, she actually gave me the idea. I want to say at the beginning of the month or something like that. I can't remember, but I had it in my notes in my phone, and then I'm watching these TikTok reels and I see Phil LaMarr doing all the voices that he does. And I'm like, man, that dude is so freaking talented. And I ran into a room. I was like, I got it. I need to do a episode on voice actors. And she was like, yeah, straight face. Yeah, I gave you that idea like a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, what? And I looked at my notes and sure enough, it was right there. So, yes, the wife is right. The wife is always right. And it's kind of funny how they know that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, but when I say voice actors, Chris, what's the first person that comes to mind for you? Just like I'm talking about somebody or whatever, and I'm talking about yeah, this person's a good voice actor. Tell me, voice actor for you.
For me, it's got to be TC Carson
Yeah.
because I've been following that dude's career since I first got out of the army. Actually, I can't remember whether I was still in when I first saw the
Hmm.
movie. Now I'm thinking because I'm starting to do a little backtracking and trying to check my math, but I'm pretty sure that that it was mostly after I got back from overseas.
Yeah.
But yeah, there weren't like a whole lot of us on screen like talking about it. So when you saw somebody, you kind of immediately gravitated towards them, and especially during that time when and at one point, all of a sudden, I started seeing commercials for this movie where it was starring this young brother, and the movie was called Living Large,
Hmm.
and went to the movies to see it and loved it, loved every second of it. It was just great, even just to not only to see representation up there, but in a good lead role. And being that I studied media when I was in college, it was dealing with media. I basically gravitated to it a whole lot more. So of course, as soon as it came out on VHS, I bought a copy of it, which I still have.
Hmm.
So then years later, this game comes out called God of War,
Yeah.
and I knew that voice sounded familiar when I first heard it, but yeah, straight up, that was TC Carson killed that role.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
come to find out, just recently, there's a new God of War game coming out. If it's not already out, at the 2D God of War game coming out,
Hmm.
that he's back in voicing Kratos.
I saw another TikTok where somebody said that the not reimage, what's it called again? The reissue. They're
Uh-huh.
about to reissue and they basically redid God of War, the original trilogy, and they're about
Yeah.
to put it on the PS5, and he's back for that.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. It
that's
might
really
be
dope.
that as opposed to because I'm not really sure if he's voicing in the new 2D game,
Hmm.
but yeah, he was definitely promoting the new the new reissue or re.
Yeah. Well, it's funny though. You mentioned him because Living Large. I don't remember. I know I've probably seen it as a kid, um, but I don't remember it.
Mm.
But it's funny because I think that's the first time that I remember him as a voice actor, and the only thing I remember is him screaming Aries, Aries. He says it so many times, and like with that deep, passionate voice that he has in that it's unmistakable. It's unmistakable because the first thing I remember him in was Living Single,
Mm.
and he played Kyle Barker, I think it
Mm.
is
Kyle.
Kyle. Yeah, yeah, he played Kyle the lawyer. No, he wasn't the lawyer. He was a finance. He was in finance.
Mm.
Max was the lawyer, uh, but he played the finance guy, Kyle, and he did have that nice smooth voice, but he had that deep gristle to it. um and you coming up and being, it's funny that's the first voice actor. When somebody says black voice actor, that's the first person to come to mind for you, and for me it's Phil LaMarr. But I need to give Phil his respect. And I think the only reason why he's the first person I think of is because he plays two of my favorite characters, Static Shock and
Mhm.
Jon Stewart. Those
Oh
two
yeah.
characters are two of my favorite animated characters. And Static Shock, like I've said before, has a special place in my heart because my daughter and I used to watch it when she was growing up.
I'm
Um,
still upset with myself for literally passing the original Static Shock comic book uh,
mhm.
3 times and on 3 separate occasions, buying other different milestone comics.
Oh
And
man,
then when I finally got ready to buy that when it was gone.
man, you know what? If I'd known I was such a fan before, I would have started buying the comics before. I'm afraid to buy the comics now because and I need to. I really do. I really need to buy the comics and get on. I haven't read
Mm.
any Static Shock comics yet. I've only read comics that he was in, but I haven't read any yet because I'm afraid that it won't be as good as it is in my head. And I know this kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like not childish, but that's kind of ridiculous to think. But he did such a good job with Static on the show that
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just like, man, I would be disappointed if it's not. I mean, and I know usually the books are better than the show, especially for a whole bunch of other things. But I don't know. I'm afraid. I'm really afraid. And I don't know why I'm so afraid because again, like I said, I've read other comics that he was in, But man, I'm just like, man, I would be so upset. I would be upset. So, um, oh, and also too, at the end of this, if I can remember at the end, I don't know if I've talked about the Delta Dogs
Mhm.
comic that I got from Atlantic Comic Con. Did I talk about that before?
I don't think so, but I mean,
Oh,
you might have, but hey,
all right. If not,
reiterate it because
I'm gonna get that out at the end. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to get it out at the end and try to remember, hopefully, so I can actually do a quick talk about that, because that is a really good comic, and I cannot wait to get the rest of the series at the next Comic Con. I find that do that. If I don't see him at Comic Con, because and this is ridiculous, but not. I wanted to wait because I was about to order. I was that close to ordering it. I had it in the cart, had it everything ready to buy. Credit card was up, and then I was like, I want to get it from the actual author, one of the authors, or whoever. I want to get it from the people there, the creators,
yeah,
because I want them to. I want to be able to tell them, just like I did with the authors of Tuskegee Heirs,
yeah.
how much
Oh man,
their
yeah,
comic got me hooked. I
yeah. I've been hearing
mean,
a lot of good stuff about Bitter Root also. I
Better
heard that
Root. I
that's a
haven't heard of
really
that
good
one.
one. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'll look that up and send you some links on it. But man, when you see where that story is going, man,
Mm.
it's interesting. I've been wanting to yeah, go to their website anyway because I've been wanting to try to order some of those books. But man, they look incredible.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a TikTok short or something about that comic too, so I can actually go ahead and I might do that and post it on this one and post it on my personal TikTok page. I might post it on both just to
Mm,
see, or I might share it from one to the other. I don't know yet. However, I need to go ahead and do something about that, just because, man, that book blew my mind about it, and the actual comic is based in Norfolk. But
mm.
back to our topic here. That was a little offshoot there.
Yeah,
I think I wanted to actually talk more about that during Black History Month. I think that's why.
yeah.
But I can't remember, and I don't remember if I went into it, how much I went to it in one of those other episodes. So, um, back to our current episode and what we're talking about now, the Black voice actors. And what I was saying before I went into my spiel about Phil LaMarr too. Um, it, it's funny because he's the first one that comes to mind because of those characters I love and everything like that.
It's the same way with me and TC Carson because he's played some of my favorite characters, and so yeah, that's yeah, and on screen and in voice work. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
like wow.
Well, the reason why I say it's funny for me is because originally, when you told me what's your favorite black actor, black voice
Uh,
actor, originally that wasn't my first favorite black voice actor.
mm,
It used to be, it actually used to be Cree Summer. And
mm,
she
mm.
still has high regard to me, but because the only reason why, and I mean, I no, Phil LaMarr did so many other things too. I still like, in a once in a while, some of his Mad TV skits will pop up in my head, especially the Postal Guy, and all that.
Yeah,
Um, and for those who don't know, Phil LaMarr is also the dude that was in the back of the car during Pulp Fiction that got blown away at Pulp Fiction. So.
yeah. Thank God
Uh,
he got better.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. What? What? But
Marvin
yeah, but I'll put a
or
picture
Marvin.
somewhere over here. Or I'll put it like right there, or wherever Chris is at, I'll put over Chris's head. There you
Yeah,
go.
but
Yeah, Chris, point up. There you go. There you go. Right there. That's where it's gonna be at. So, uh, Cree Summer, man,
awesome.
she's so freaking talented. She has so many voices, and her voices all sound the same, but they do not. And that is what is amazing about this actress.
Yeah,
She always has that little like that kind of scratch, or I like to say, like, a little seasoning. She has that little seasoning to her voice, right? But each character, with the inflection and the tone and the playfulness of each character, is so different that she brings those characters to life. She played number 5. She played now I'm gonna try to name all of them. Who was it? It was number 5. It was help me out, because I'm like
yeah,
falling into a pothole here. Uh,
yeah. Because I was actually I got stuck
Susie
trying to think,
Carmichael.
Okay,
Go ahead. What was you about to
yeah,
say?
from the Rugrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got I got caught up trying to remember the name of her character from Atlantis, which I think was
Atlantis.
pretty good. It's a Disney anime. Oh, if you haven't seen it, it is a Disney anime. Oh, you would
I know
love
I
her
know which
voice
one
work
you're
in
talking
that
about.
one.
That's the one was like she plays the lady with the white hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, she's incredible in that. I mean, and it's one of those ones where her voice, I mean, where she actually gets to, really carry the character through, for an extended period of time. So yeah, it's like you just get a good range of her voice work in that one. It's so good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she's like that in everything she's in. Even in her live roles, I love seeing her on Abbott Elementary.
Yeah, see, I haven't even seen it Abbott Elementary yet. So there was something else that she was on. Oh, yeah, Ironheart. She was on Ironheart, so I got to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that too.
yeah.
But
She
the
was
list
great in
here it
that.
is. I don't know how accurate this list is. I did a little bit of due diligence on my list. I didn't do 100% due diligence, so I apologize if I get any of these incorrect. Um, but they have her Susie Carmichael in Rugrats, Penny Proud and the Proud Family. I don't know what version of the Proud Family it was because I know the original Proud Family was Kyla Pratt, which
Yeah.
she's like excellent in that. Kyla Pratt, and it's funny, of course I know that because that was another show I watched with my daughter, and now my daughter calls us the Proud Family. So it's funny. She calls me Oscar more than she calls me Dad. She doesn't really call me Dad. She just calls me Oscar. Anyway, um, uh, she also played number 5, like I said, Abigail Lincoln. She played Abigail's sister, number 5 sister, which is I guess named after her, Cree Lincoln. So that's kind of cool. They say also she played She-Hulk in the Fantastic Four '90s animated. I didn't know that.
Yep.
If it was her, I can kind of see it. So because I remember She-Hulk from a couple of different things before, and I didn't. I'm more so thinking of. I can't remember if I don't think it was the Fantastic Four from the '90s animated. I think it was. I think it was either the Hulk show or another show. I just remember when she was actually turned into She-Hulk or whatever. And I think
Mhm.
Spider-Man. I think it was Spider-Man when she was actually turned into She-Hulk, the '90s Spider-Man. But I could be wrong. I'm a little hazy on this because the information I got is not meshing right. But I do know this one character that she played. It was hilarious. Almyra Duff from Tiny Toons. She was excellent in that. She was so good. And they said Mirage in The Incredibles, but
I know you don't like the show, but oh my gosh, she played a hilarious female version of Beast Boy in Teen Titans Go in an
mhm,
episode that I had me laughing out loud.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's funny. I would have to actually see that skit. I would like to see that, man. But yeah, yeah, we talked about that. I'm not a Teen Titans Go fan. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just not. But um one of her major roles that she did was Freddy in A Different World. That was her live action show, and in live action. That was a live action TV show that she did for Different World, and that was one of the historically black shows. It was a spinoff of The Cosby Show, and for those who don't know, it was based off of the oldest daughter of the Huxtable family, the oldest Huxtable. She went to college and she went to Hillman. So it was a really good show. They're actually about to do a reboot in the next couple of years. I don't know when,
Mhm.
soon, but they're doing a reboot of it. And she played an excellent character. If you weren't in love with Freddie, just how because of her weirdness of it, then you were either a Freddie or Whitley fan. I mean, very few people were any of the ones in between. But then again, there was
It's
ones in between. What do you say?
Going back to that show real quick though, it
Hmm.
was funny because that show became something different as it went along. It was like the first season, it was about Lisa Bonet, but she was like gone by the second season, and I mean, and they just refocused the entire show.
Well,
That's
you
when they
know
brought,
why. You
yeah,
know
when they,
why.
well, yeah, it was, yeah, but
Yeah.
they brought Debbie Allen on,
Mhm.
and Debbie Allen completely revamped that show.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was wrong. That was wrong just because she got pregnant and she got pushed out.
Mhm.
Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet, yeah.
Yeah, but there could have been other things too, but the major story is because she got pregnant with Zoe Kravitz. She got pushed out of it. So
Well, who won that war?
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. So, but we're gonna go ahead and actually touch on a couple of other voice actors, which a major voice actor that I didn't know that he was in a lot of so much as he was in, but James Avery. So James Avery, for y'all
Yeah, yeah.
those who don't know, is Uncle Phil. Uh, Chris is actually the person who told me that James Avery was the voice of Shredder.
Mhm.
I don't remember if he told me it was anybody else, but
And
I
for us
knew
anime
that, but I
fans,
didn't know. And then we were having some kind of conversation at work years ago, and then he was just like, "Yeah, yeah, some Uncle Phil, being Shredder or whatever." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was
for
like,
us
"Yeah,
anime
no,
fans, he
yeah."
voiced a character in Fist of the North Star.
Who's the character in the Fist of North Star?
I'm not even sure which character it was, but it was one of the it was this it was this big round guy who
Uh-huh.
died quickly.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so it was
But
like a backup voice. It
most
wasn't a
people,
major character.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
You could definitely distinctively tell it was him, but and he went for it. I mean, in the time he was in there, but oh my god, it was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, he was excellent. He was excellent because like I said, he was Shredder. He also voiced Iron Man and Iron Man's not Iron Man, I'm sorry. War Machine in the Iron Man series, animated series. Um General Aldine in Aladdin TV show. And I remember that show, but I can't picture the voice now. And
Hmm.
I remember that the dude who hated Aladdin, of course.
Oh yeah, I think that was him.
Yeah, that's what they just
Wasn't
said.
it that? Oh, sorry.
No,
I
you're
mean,
fine.
I thought you said you admit. Yeah, okay, man,
No,
my
I'm
bad.
just saying that I don't remember it because I remember seeing the show, I played the video game and all that. I just don't
Yeah.
remember his voice being there because he has a distinctive voice, again, like you were saying
Oh, I thought you
earlier.
were saying you. Oh, I thought you were saying you didn't recognize the character. Okay,
Oh,
not
yeah,
the
yeah, no, no,
not
no,
the
no,
voice.
I
Okay,
recognize the
okay,
character. Yeah, yeah, I recognize
okay.
the character, I just don't recognize his voice. Oh, well, it's all good. Don't worry, we're leaving all this in. Anyway, um, but here's a character that I did not know that he was until literally I started, doing the research a little bit. Judge in Batman the Animated Series. You remember the Judge episode?
Hmm.
If I'm correct, hold on, I'm gonna Google that really quick just to make sure I'm not thinking, um, of the wrong person here. Um, because if I thought when I said judge, I was thinking of the other, like the other judge thing, but I think that guy's name is Lockup. Okay, so yeah, all right. I did have the characters incorrect. Uh, I was thinking of Lockup when I originally said that. Judge
Oh,
is a dude. If you remember, he's wearing a black robe with the white wig, and his face is all blacked out. Do you remember that?
and the bad thing is I've probably seen that recently because I just did a rewatch of the whole series. Well, the first season
Mm-hmm.
of that recently. So I'm flaking on it right now, but I'll check it out later.
Yeah. Well, how about this? I'm gonna go ahead and just let you see here. So everyone,
Oh
this is
yeah,
Judge. I just did a quick little Google thing here, and
yeah.
that's Judge. That's the character on the top left or whatever. So that's the
Mhm.
character Judge that I was talking about from Batman the Animated Series. And again, like I said, I originally was when they said Judge, I was like, oh, okay. I was thinking is Lockup because he's judge, jury, and executioner. So,
Yeah.
but I did forget
And
about
that
this,
sounds
and I
like another
just saw
character
some.
I know.
Yeah, Judge Dredd. Yeah, I got you. But I didn't realize he actually played that one. And he played Goliath on Justice League, so
Mm.
that's cool. You know, um, but Phil LaMarr, going back to Phil LaMarr, anyone that you can think of that he played other than Static or Green Lantern? And I know you know one because I
Oh
believe you
man.
told me about this one. Ladies and
Uh,
gentlemen, he and I have had a lot of conversations about a lot of voice
yeah.
actors and a lot of TV shows. So that's what I'm trying to see if he remembers some of the characters he told me about. There's one specific one that I'm almost positive you told me he voiced. And I was like, I don't even remember his voice sounding like that.
I'm flaking.
That's all right. Samurai Jack.
I can't face palm myself hard enough.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, he actually voiced Samurai Jack, and that blew my mind when I found out it was him. I was like, "What?
Yeah,
Wow." Yeah, yeah. And of course, he did Hermes from Futurama.
yeah.
Uh, he did Vampire Hunter D, apparently. I don't remember that one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember him from that. Um, but it says actually Vampire Hunter D from the show or whatever or movie Bloodlust. I don't remember because I don't think I saw
Um,
that. I watched
yeah, I
Vampire
think
Hunter
that's
D movie, but I don't think he was in that one.
Bloodlust was the one that we were warned not to watch.
Oh,
As a
gotcha.
matter of fact, other people warned us not to watch that. They said if you like the first one, and matter of fact, I've had at least 3 people that I can recall tell me not to watch the second one if you watch the first one.
Okay.
Although I'm tempted to check it out, but yeah.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
yeah, I recall that one specifically because that's the one that I was told not to watch.
Okay. Got you. Okay. Then that's probably why I don't remember that. And there's two other characters that and I specifically remember his voice in these two people. Um, Aquaman and Wilt.
Hmm.
And I actually just recently, I think the video that I was talking about that got me talking about it was when for Young Justice, they actually said he said that he wanted to he tried out for another character. I think it was a black character. I can't remember which the name of that character was, which one. It might have been Aqualad, but it might have been somebody else in that show. Um
Uh, I remember that interview, but I can't remember which character.
yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up and find it. But I think it was Aqualad.
Mhm.
Either way, I remember him talking about it. He was like, "Oh, he wanted to try for that role. He didn't get it, and then they was like, "Hey, but we want you for this other one." He was like, "Okay, woo." He was like, "Aquaman." He was like, "Oh, okay, why not?" And he did it. So, but Wilt, I love Wilt from
Mm.
Foster's Home for Imaginary
Yeah,
Friends.
they keep.
I love that because this character was based off of Wilt Chamberlain, and he's the tall, furry, rust, red
Mhm.
colored. I think he's missing one arm, and like his eye is
Yeah.
all messed up and all. But he's like one of the characters that's the heart of the show, and I love that show because of his character. And there's like maybe 2 or 3 more. Blue almost made me stop watching that show.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, that character Blue pissed me off so much, just the different things that he did and said on that show. But his character Wilt made me love that show. And then I forgot the other one. What's the Hispanic one's name? I don't remember. I'll
I
have to
don't
look it up
recall.
another time. But that one was another lovable character that I loved about Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. So, but that's pretty much the characters that got me into saying, and feeling that Phil LaMarr, he's like that dude for me, you know.
Mhm.
Give me some information about like one of the voice actors that actually means something to you.
Going back to T.C. Carson real quick,
Mm-hmm.
and the favorite characters that he voiced, it wasn't just Kratos, because he's basically been Mace Windu in all the Star Wars games and cartoons and whatnot. And so that's been also been one of my favorite. So yeah, between that and oh my god, there's a last time I counted, T.C. Carson was in at least 17 to 18 games that I owned. But also, but looking at other guys though, I didn't want to go too deep off into them, but I didn't want this to go by without acknowledging 2 other voice actors real quick,
Mm-hmm.
and that was I really wanted to give a shout out to Kyrie Payton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, let's make that 3.
He's
Kyrie
on my
Payton.
list. He's on my list, but go ahead.
Oh, he is? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
he's on the list.
Yeah, dang on Kyrie Payton. Oh
I bet
God.
you he's probably on the list too.
Uh-huh.
I'm almost positive he's on my list.
Oh my God, just it was one of them passed away
Okay, that
recently.
he's not on the list because
Yeah.
you're talking about the
And
Zavala.
the funny thing is they both did Zavala's voice
Yes,
recently.
yes. So I'm gonna say the one who did Zavala's, who's doing Zavala's now, who's taking
now.
over for him, Keith
Right.
David. He is on my list. And
Yeah.
then, and you're actually talking about. Now I gotta Google it because I had it and they just did a tribute to him at the end of Percy Jackson.
And the thing about it, I keep wanting to, and the reason why I'm only the
Lance
reason why
Reddick.
I'm flicking, Lance Reddick, but I kept wanting to say Andre Brower, and I knew I wasn't talking about Andre Brower, even though Andre Brower has also one of my favorites and has done some incredible work, and I'm definitely mourning his loss.
Yes,
but oh my God, I was flaking on their name so hard.
Andre Brower was a true gem. I mean, the way he can actually deliver comedy with a straight face, excellent. Oh my gosh, he made that Captain Holt, just he made it everything. He made it everything. That made that show. He really did. But yeah, so Lance is not on my list. However, the list is so vast that I don't know how he got missed because he did so many video games. So many video games, man. I'm looking at least like what? These are like 10, 15 here.
What was the one Quantum? Didn't he? When he in that one?
Quantum Break.
Yeah, he was in Quantum Break even.
Yes. Yep. So, but yeah, he's got a whole bunch of destinies. He's Commander Zavala on all the destinies, and that's where most of his voice work is done in video games. There's a lot of the Destiny games. He loved those games. You know,
I loved watching him record his dialogue during COVID from his closet in his house.
Yeah, but he also did the Legend of Vox Machina. He was Thordak. And I know the character is not coming to me right now, but I know his voice from that because as soon as I saw it. But like I said, at the end of Percy Jackson Olympians in the first season, he played Zeus. This is a live action, but it just threw me when I saw him as Zeus. I was like, what? He played Lex Luthor in Kite Man. Hell yeah. That show is hilarious. It is so funny. And for him playing Lex Luthor, I'm like, what? So I wonder if they're going to get Keith David to kind of fill in for that point because he's so close to that. You know, their voices are so close.
Yeah.
So, but go ahead and get back onto your list. What you were saying, you were going to go ahead and go back into TC Carson.
And there's a slight link here between him and not a slight link, but a solid link between him and this other voice actor that I wanted to bring up, and that was Christopher Judge. And oh my God, Christopher Judge, who is basically in the more current God of War games. Christopher Judge does the voice work of Kratos in those. And
boy, that's what he says a lot. Boy.
But there was a wild series of coincidences that we had around Christopher Judge at one of our former places of employment. And long story short, they were filming a movie there, and the day before, me and one of the guys in the office had been talking about Christopher Judge and some of his other work. As a matter of fact, because we were favorites of his from his work as Keel. God, I'm messing up his name.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about though. In Stargate Atlantis.
Yes. And
I'll look up the pronunciation for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so the place we were working at was renting out space for these people to film this movie. Teal'c, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. That's exactly. Yep, you got it. Teal'c.
But all of a sudden, one day when I got to work, and the day before we had been, like I said, we had been looking up Christopher Judge and some of his. We still had his IMDb page pulled up on the computer, and we just minimized it. The next day, walking up to the building, and all of a sudden I look up, because out of the corner of my eye, out of my left eye, I see this giant man walking past me, and he looks over and smiles, and I smile. I wait and say, "Hey," and wave and smile back. And as I'm walking past him, I'm like, "God, that dude looked like Christopher Judge." And all of a sudden, I get into the building, and I go to my desk. When all of a sudden, one of the guy I was talking to the day before comes running into the room and goes, "Oh my God, did you see who was that? Who was just here?" And I was like, "Huh?" And he says Christopher Judge.
That wasn't me,
And I
was
was,
it? I don't think it
was
was
it
me.
you? No,
I
that
hope
was Gil. That was Gil. Gil
Gil.
that.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say.
And I was like, "Oh my God," because it was because you were there. I think when it was the three of us. I think we were looking up his
Well,
IMDb
I
the day
remember
before.
walking up on him.
Uh,
So when I entered the building that morning, he was kind
uh,
of just walking around for the scenes that he had to shoot that they wearing slave clothes. Um,
yeah,
yeah, I know. But he was and I remember because I think we were talking about how he was in Batman: The Dark Knight Rises.
yeah.
And we were talking about his little role, but it wasn't that little. Um and I remember walking into the building, and of course, the way we
Was
had to
that
walk
you?
in.
Did I just mix you up with Gil?
No, it was probably Gil, because
Okay.
I believe when that happened, I wasn't working in production at the time. I was working in repair.
Okay,
So
yeah, that dude specifically. Okay, it's coming back to me. Yeah, I do
yeah,
remember Gil because of what Gil was wearing that day. So I do
yeah.
remember. Yeah, it was him.
So when I walked in and I came into the building, the whole set was like right here. And when I was going to the door that we had to come in to go into to the area we work at, he was actually coming towards me, like coming from the back area where the docks were. Cause I
Mhm.
think he was like, I forgot what it was he had to come that way for. Cause I can't remember exactly what was in that area back where I was. Maybe it was the restrooms or something. I don't remember. Cause I thought they blocked out the restrooms and said we couldn't use them or something. I can't remember exactly, but I know they limited our access to certain things in that area. But I just remember him coming up to me and he was just nodding just like that, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Mhm.
And I was like, "That looks like that dude." And that's all I can say, because I mean I didn't freak out because I was like, "Oh well, if it was, I didn't say." All I said was, "What's up?" What could I do? So
Yeah, I'm like maybe for as far as I go, maybe it was for the best that I didn't recognize him because I would really have hated to lose my cool in front of a dude like
uh,
that.
you know,
I don't think that I would have.
yeah.
I ain't never
I,
really been on that star kick, but at the same time, though, there's dudes whose work I respect, though.
yeah.
But if I had to geek out over somebody,
Yeah. I would have loved to actually kind of had a chat with them. But again, that they were restricting us. It was a weird place anyway, so it's all
yeah.
good. But it was funny because some people actually got to talk to some of those actors as well. And some people actually talked to
Oh God,
Davis. Yeah,
I
some people have
wish
actually
I could
talked
have
to him. I
gotten
can't remember his.
Mhm.
Was it John? Is John Reese Davis?
John Reese
John
Davis.
Reese
Yeah.
Davis. Yeah, some people actually got a chance to talk to him.
I wish I could have. I
Yeah.
wish I could have gotten his autograph from my mother. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that is one of her favorite actors.
He's really, really, really nice dude. He's really cool. Just from a lot of the things that's in there. But I would have loved to actually kind of had a chat with Christopher Judge. Mainly because I kind of wanted to, talk to him about that Batman villain that he played.
Mhm.
So I was like, yo, that villain's kind of whack, man. What's up? No, I wouldn't have said that. But going back to his voice, him as is it was funny seeing because he came on uh I want to say it was like one of the award show with the kid
Was
who
it the People's
plays
Choice Award
Trace.
or the?
I don't think it was People's Choice. I think it was Video Game Awards. But he
Yeah,
actually
it
came
was.
on it. And
What
and
it was
and
Jeff Keighley ones?
so what?
What it was Jeff Keighley ones?
What you talking about, the award show?
The award show that it was on.
I don't know. It was online and I saw a clip.
Okay.
So and he was with the kid who played Atreus, and they came out and he rolled right into that voice. But it's so funny because they are linked, like you said, the fact that he played Kratos, and TC actually played Kratos as well. So having that duality of the different types of Kratos, but they both are so good, man. It's
Yeah.
a struggle to kind of pick which one you like, because then you
Mhm.
have the
Oh,
Greek god Kratos, but then you also
yeah.
have the Viking Kratos, and it's
Yeah.
so hard. That's so good. I need to finish
Look,
part 2 as well.
yeah, I haven't finished either one of those yet, but I definitely want to get to those. But the
I finished part 1. It
the
was good.
oh man, it was like, but I was looking at a breakdown of it today, and where somebody was saying how basically they definitely are playing two different versions of Kratos,
It is
where TC is playing him as the executioner who doesn't really like
the ghost of
his
Sparta.
so-called moral reasons for going after the Olympic gods gave way to just his overall id and the desire for lust and power. And so, matter of fact, and he just and that Kratos just devolves further into that. Even by the end of the last game, I never forget that ending where you basically are just punching the last guy that you faced over and over again, and you can just sit there and continuously punch this person as long as you with the screen just getting bloodier and bloodier as you do this, and you can just keep that going as long as you want to, which is basically saying something about you and your desire for lust and power, and then this bloodlust here, as opposed to the Kratos that Christopher Judge voices, who is you know showing regret and looking back on that past, and seeing it for what it was.
Yeah.
With the maturity. So it's two different versions of that, of that same character.
And he plays that mature Kratos so well. Calm, even when he's fighting and he's doing that Kratos yell and grunt and all that, it doesn't seem as wild as the Greek Kratos. The Norse Kratos is more calm in everything, even in his fights. That's what's so special about those two different series. Which I'm anxious to see how they finish that series off. I really do need to finish Ragnarok.
Will they ever actually finish that series off? As long as it's making money.
Yeah. Well, but and it's crazy because so many people wanted Christopher Judge to play Kratos. I don't think he would have been a good Kratos in live action. Unfortunately, just because of his build and just different things about him. I don't think he would have made the right Kratos.
My only thing is, I think that they were probably looking, and he still don't get me wrong, he's a handsome man, but I'm like, they were probably looking for a younger Kratos, because that dude's about my age. So
yeah, well, again though, the Kratos they got, he's not that young. I think he's around my age.
Yeah, Ryan Hurst, right?
I think so. I think that's it. Ryan Hurst.
Yeah, who played in the Walking Dead beta in the Walking Dead.
Yeah, and also in Remember the Titans.
Oh yeah.
Okay, see, he's older than me. He's 49 years old. So
so he ain't too far off either.
Yeah.
Although he does have that. He does still have about 10 to 12 years of youth.
yeah, but
actually more on my side. So
yeah. But Christopher Judge though,
I forget I'm closer. So yeah,
I saw something and I truly hope they do this, because if they do this, he would be perfect for this role in my head, especially if he plays it kind of like the same way he plays Kratos. Now, this would be a live action role. I saw that they're trying to eye him for oh man, why did it just go out of my head that fast? It is so freaking weird, right? For Darkseid.
Oh wow.
He's being eyed from Darkseid.
Oh, he could kill it.
If he gets that role and he's backed by James Gunn's universe.
Oh man.
That would be such a good one. I mean, he can pretty much do the whole thing live action with little makeup. Like it won't be like what's his name with Thanos, the way Josh Brolin did Thanos. Josh Brolin, his Thanos is mostly CGI and all that. This version of Darkseid can be Christopher Judge, and he can I could picture him with his hands behind his back, just standing there the whole time too.
They could probably use a lot. I mean, because he's so got an imposing build himself. Yeah, he could. Exactly. They could probably minimize costs just with practical effects with him.
Exactly. So, not only is he a great voice actor, he is definitely a great live actor as well. Yeah. And I'm anxious to see if they do the voice, if they give him if they give him that role. But even if not, he can actually play that voice of Darkseid very well too. So I really truly think that he is. He's great for that role. But
Oh, he was hilarious in House Party too.
House
Uh,
Party too.
how he did how he kept doing the code switching. He was basically the bad guy House Party too, but oh my god, he was hilarious though. The way he where he would be brother number one around kid, but as soon as a white person came into the room, he code
Who?
switched like a
Who? You
champ.
said? You said who? Chris
Christopher
Judge?
Judge, yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
don't remember him in House Party too.
Oh yeah. He was the guy who was supposed to be helping kid out when he got to college.
It's so funny. I do not remember him being in it. I really don't. I'm
I think
gonna
as a
go.
matter of fact, I was looking it up earlier because I was at first I thought that was his first role, but it turns out his first role was in the movie Bird on the Wire with Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn, where he played I think he played a police officer in that.
Mhm.
And House Party 2 was like his third movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow. I don't. It's so funny that I don't remember that. I'm gonna have to actually watch it again because I really do not remember him being in House Party too. So,
Were you even allowed to watch those movies back then?
who, me?
Yeah.
Man, please. I'm still trying to learn the full dance from House Party 1. And man, that party we went to, I think I
Used to
told
be
you,
able to do it,
went
but
to
I would
I
break something out if I
I can
tried.
only do a small part of it. But that party that we went to for Christmas, the Christmas party, I had just finished talking to my wife about that same day, either the same day or early or that night we were in there, and when the DJ started playing 90s music, and I was like, man, I would love to learn how to do the dance sequence from House Party. And then sure enough, not even like I don't know how long into him playing the 90s music, sure enough that song came on, Not My Type of Height. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is hilarious that song came on. So yeah, I think I was old enough to watch it. I was old enough. So yeah.
I mean, well, there's movies that you're allowed to watch, and there are those ones that you sneak to watch.
No, I think by then,
I had to sneak to watch Purple Rain.
oh really? I'm trying to remember. I think Purple Rain, the only reason why we had to sneak to watch that one was just because of Lake Minnetonka. I think that was it. I think I can't remember for sure if we actually did
What
sneak to
happened at
watch it
that
or not.
part?
Yeah, right. All right. So moving on. I did want to talk about Kyrie Payton though. So it's so funny that you mentioned him because I remember one of the first, if it wasn't the first, it was the second Comic-Con that I went to. I was so excited because Kyrie Payton was supposed to be part of it. And I was excited because I wanted to go, I wanted to meet him, I wanted to talk to him. This is when The Walking Dead was huge. And he was the king in that. And it was all so dope and everything. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, I don't remember if he got sick or he had to film something. I think because I remember there was two actors. One got sick and one had some kind of special filming they had to do, and I can't remember which one was which. But there's two actors that I wanted to see at these two different cons, and I don't remember if he was the one that got sick or he had some filming he had to do. But Kyrie Payton was supposed to be there, and I got so mad because he had to cancel like the week of. And I was like, oh man. But he is such a very good voice actor, and he is very distinct as well. He plays Cyborg for Teen Titans, Black Samson in Invincible, Aqualad in Young Justice. So, he got and that is so yeah.
He'll be playing T'Challa in the new T'Challa's grandfather in the new
Black Panther?
Captain America Black Panther game that's coming out.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know that.
Speaking of which, I just remembered and I had to look it up that because I've been taking my time with it, but and it's been because I know I can skip over and just start playing the DLC. But I had the Marvel's Avengers game, right? And I've been playing that a little bit here and there. But there's a whole DLC section that takes place in Wakanda where you play Black Panther. And guess who does Black Panther's voice in that one?
Who?
Christopher Judge.
Oh, nice.
Because I was trying to remember, and I was like, oh my god, I do remember from the trailers that it was Christopher Judge. That's what got me excited about that. and I've been fighting playing it because I want to try to play it or play the game in order and go and get to the DLC as opposed to skipping over and playing it. But the thing that's been making me want to play that even more lately is because I want to get to that DLC.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. See, there you go. He keeps coming around. So,
and then TC Carson because I'm playing Lego the Star
Star Wars
saga.
Legos. Yeah. So we're getting close on time here. I want to kind of wrap these up a little bit here. But I wanted to actually kind of give Keith David his flowers because, like we said, he actually is taking over for the voice of Commander Zavala, from Lance Reddick. And he also has done. There's somebody that you named earlier, or you didn't get to finish naming. Kevin Michael Richardson, but we'll circle back to that in a minute. But Keith David, one of the very first times that I realized he was a voice actor was watching Gargoyles. He has a very distinct voice, and he was playing Goliath, the lead
one of my
gargoyle.
favorite cartoons. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was so good. So good. But hearing that voice and then seeing him in everything else, you're like, man, this guy, his range is amazing. He's another one of actors where they have the same distinct voice, but depending on what they're trying to do, the inflection and the different other stuff, it's no comparison.
Yeah.
Spawn.
Man.
It says Dr. Falisayer from the Princess of Frog. I might have saying it incorrectly, but basically he's just playing another version of Papa Legba, basically.
Yeah.
And then the one key thing that a lot of gamers know him from is Halo, the Arbiter. Such iconic voices.
But I've been a fan of his because I've been a fan of that dude because of his acting work. That's where it started. I mean, his on-screen acting work. That started with the Thing.
For sure. And you can't deny his acting work. His acting work has been in so many things. My favorite
Repo Man.
My favorite thing that he's been in though is. Did you get the pork or did you get the beans? It's like, come on, man. And I might have said that incorrectly because I hadn't seen it in so long. But
I want her boyfriend Woogie.
yeah, right. It's like, what you want? So no, that was he did great in There's Something About Mary. I mean, and he has very little screen time, but the little screen time he did, he chewed those scenery up. He was iconic in that movie, and you can't deny him. So that's why you definitely got to give that man his flowers. And for him to continue on the legacy for Lance Reddick, it was perfect casting, perfect choice, excellent actor. So go back into Kevin Michael Richardson though. You didn't really you didn't. I don't even think you got to touch on him because
we kind of skipped over it. But dude, that dude has been putting it down too, and he's been in a lot of TV shows and stuff too. So it was like, man, and his voice work. Everybody from Trigon and all the DC animated work to Trigon. I mean, his dago as far as like just the good Lord.
Yeah, he played Joker.
I think about Batman. Even the TV. I'm getting a flood of stuff that he's been in coming back, especially like the John Larroquette show from back in the day. To
he voiced Principal Lewis in American Dad. And Goro in Mortal Kombat, which you were talking about earlier. So very, very, very good actor. When I found out the person playing Joker was him, it made perfect sense because even though that Joker was just wild and crazy, and that one, his voice was actually kind of spooky in that one. Yeah. So that was a really good casting in the Batman. So yeah. Kevin Michael Richardson, such a awesome voice actor. I mean, he does it very, very well as well too. Yeah. So but we're coming up, like I said, on time. Did you have more that you wanted to say about Kevin?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and let it go for now. But I'm sure he will come up at some other time because the dude's just, I mean, and he will definitely come back up in other discussions because his work is just vast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one more voice actor I wanted to mention, Anika Nani Rose. I've never, well, I can't say I don't remember any of her work because I've never seen The Princess and the Frog, but she played one of my
She's
daughter's favorite
excellent.
characters, Princess
Yeah.
Tiana.
Also one of Serenity's favorite characters.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
she loved it.
almost.
She actually
Yeah.
dressed as Tiana one year for Halloween. I think it was our first or second Halloween party we had here. I think it was our first one we had here. She dressed as Princess Tiana. And then Liz Allen in Spider-Man, Spider-Man animated, not the animated series, but Spider-Man animated. I don't remember that. I don't think I've seen it, but they had her down as her playing in that. So she's probably voiced other things. Personally, I don't know a lot, but just for the Princess Tiana alone, she gets props from me because, again, like I said, she brought to life one of my daughter's favorite characters. So, like, she's got an ornament on the tree of Tiana, and she's got so many different other Tiana stuff. She loved that character and still does. So, but can you give me any of the characters in your mind? Can you give me just one line that sticks out to you from any of these characters? All the characters that you named, anyone in particular?
I'm trying to think of whether something cool that one of them said that they're just because TC says some wild stuff as Kratos in certain
Yeah,
scenes,
that's true.
especially
Yeah.
especially before somebody was about to die.
So if I just said, well, see, and the funniest part is because I know you know these characters, so I know you know the voice actor. But if I said, it's like a shock to your system, first thing you'll say is, who's behind that voice?
A shock to your system.
It's like a shock to your system.
Oh, Phil LaMarr?
There you go. See? Yeah. It took you a minute, but that's all right. And I could actually go through the whole thing and I can actually do that. But if I say in brightest day, you could probably finish the rest of the sentence right there. Another Phil LaMarr.
In darkest light.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what though? I'm gonna tell you what's really crazy. I most grown people won't admit this. I'm a geek, so I don't care. Do you know in random times, I don't know why, but since I've seen Justice League, in random times, like throughout, I don't know how many years, I would break out in the Green Lantern oath in trying to imitate Jon Stewart's voice. And it's crazy. It's crazy to say that as a grown man, but again, that oath itself is really brought to light, and it hits even harder the way Jon Stewart do it. Especially there's a scene where he's got his power ring, he's powered up, and he's pushing against something. I can't remember what it is, and I got to find a scene. Maybe I find a scene, I'll put it above Chris's head. But he has that power scene where he's trying to take the power, whatever it is, and I think it's maybe something else that's going into his ring, but he takes it and he's saying the oath the whole time. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
Something
I can't
is
remember
coming at him. And again, like I said, I'm gonna try and find the scene and maybe clip it somewhere if I can. I can't. I'm not gonna 100% say I can, but if I can, I'll go and clip it in there. But and he's saying the oath the whole time, and it's a really powerful scene because I remember that's also in commercials too, and it's a commercial somewhere, and that is really powerful. And him saying it the way he did, it just randomly pops up in my head occasionally, and I don't know why, but this is really good.
Was it one of the episodes where he was depowered and he was about to face death anyway because he was still gonna fight?
I don't think it was that one. I think it was something else. Because I almost feel like it. See, and then I'm kind of mixing it up with something else, but I almost feel like it was when the lantern itself went out, but I think that's from the movie. So, and I don't think he was in the movie, the animated movie. I can't remember the name of it now. I think it's First Flight. I think that was the name of it, First Flight. It was not First Flight. It was something else. But I think that was Hal Jordan. But I do remember in the commercial for Justice League, there's him saying it, so I got to find that clip somewhere and find a way to clip it out and all that. And once I do, I'm going to, hopefully I can throw it on here. So anyway,
okay.
But there's so many different actors with so many different things, you know. And I could go into James Avery, some Shredder lines.
Yeah.
uh, you know, he did, you know, the stinking turtles or turtle soup. You know, his hit so hard, but for him, I unfortunately, I mean, fortunately and unfortunately, he was such a good actor as Uncle Phil that only thing that comes to mind is a whole bunch of different things that Uncle Phil, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but man, it was finding out some of the voices that he did before. I'm like, okay, yeah, he was a really really good actor. He was a great actor, really great actor. But
Yeah, 'cause I used to be able to quote some of the lines he said in, because like I said, all the movie basically barely had a plot. It was just mainly just it was basically they just animated the boss fights from I would say they animated the boss fights from Mortal Kombat, but actually Mortal Kombat was actually inspired by Fist of the North Star. So
mhm,
yeah, so yeah, but it's basically because he did have had a really funny line that he said right before it because he didn't realize that he was about to explode.
mhm,
And so that was kind of funny, but I
yeah,
cannot recall it now to save my life.
yeah. So before we wrap it up, um, are there any voice actors right now that you think will take over and be part of this generation's any black voice actors that you know will come up and be to this new coming generation what Keith David, what Phil LaMarr, Cree Summers, Kyrie Payton, what they're all to us? Anyone that you can think of?
Hmm. I know some people that I'm hoping their careers at least, expand in that direction, and there's evidence that it will. Like I'm always impressed with Shamik Moore's work as
Hmm.
far as Miles Morales goes. Um
His work, but
I've
not his personality. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I've heard some fairly problematic things that I'm hoping he works. I feel for these young kids sometimes because I realize
Yeah.
they don't get a full rounded version of what you experience from life. And so when you're in that limelight and you kind of deal with life based on what, your experience there. And yeah, there's some life lessons you can learn from real life that, can help you in those areas.
Hmm.
But yeah, between him and, Daniel Kaluuya, I know all these
This
actors
is voice
from
act-
the Spider-Verse. Daniel Kaluuya, who, is also, who they are planning on, from what I heard, doing a movie based on or some things based on his voice work as Spider-Punk,
Mm.
Hobie Brown. So hopefully that leads to some good things.
I did
And
not know he played Hobie.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And a little shout out to Haley Steinfeld and her voice work as well as acting and whatnot. And
And for those who don't know, yes, Haley Steinfeld is part black. So
yeah, she's got a little bit of it. She
yeah.
ain't denying the part of her that is us. So so
So
we
so
come one, come all.
so in the yeah, all right. The new voice actor, Caleb McLaughlin, he's actually voicing a new movie called Goat. It's kind of loosely based off of Steph Curry's life.
That
And
looked kind
he
of cool. Yeah.
yeah, I'm actually interested to see how it comes off.
Mm.
So I'm interested to see and if he does very well, I'm wondering if he will kind of venture off into voice work because I have high hopes for him to actually have a very good career. A lot of people are actually trying to voice and see if he will actually be the live action Miles too. So
Mm. Okay.
a whole bunch of people are hoping to get a live action Miles soon. Some people are not hoping that he will because a lot of people are hoping that they can actually have someone who's more true to the character who's black and Hispanic. But
Mm.
I can see him being Miles for certain things, and actually there's videos going around of him training to do all these different types of flips and things like that. So people
Mm.
are speculating that he probably is in talks to actually be Miles, so that's why he's training so he can actually do some of this own stunt work. So
Okay.
that's going to be interesting if he does. But that movie Goat, of course, I'm not going to see it. I can't say of course. I don't plan to see it in the theaters, but I do want to see it because it does
Yeah.
look like an interesting movie. He's actually voicing it with Gabrielle Union as well.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay.
it actually kind of makes me chuckle a little bit when I hear that certain actors and actresses are actually voicing characters in different types of movies. So I think that's pretty cool. So, but starting off strong with Phil LaMarr. For me, it was hard to go anywhere else from there. But we do have a lot of strong actors and actresses, voice actors and actresses in the Black community, which is amazing. And I'm hoping that they can actually strengthen and grow and have a bigger community with these different voices because it's giving voice to the Black community. It's making even if some of these characters aren't Black characters, some of these characters are alien characters. No matter what, a young Black, kid hearing these voices and finding out one of their favorite actors is behind that voice can actually inspire them to say, okay, well, I may not be an on-screen actor, but I might be a great voice actor. So in the future, it can actually help out with growing the Black community when it comes to actually voice acting. So,
And there's one other actor I'd like to the matter of fact, there's an actor named Jarrell Jerome
mhm.
who has a small, well, I'll just say a small role in the Spider-Verse, and also acted in I haven't seen the series, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. This series called I'm a Virgo. It had only, I don't think it ran but for one season, but it was one of those ones that was got good word of mouth, but just didn't catch on. But yeah, he starred in that also, and should be in the next have a role in the next Spider-Verse movie also. So hopefully, I'd like to see hopefully good things come from them. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I was just wrapping it up, but yeah. So, like I was just saying, though, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, because we're running up on our time here, and I did want to let everyone know that hopefully for the next one, Black will be back. He kind of told me like he's getting his equipment and stuff like that. So actually, I believe he's supposed to be getting it this week. So hopefully for the next one, he'll be back. We're gonna try and get him on. Even if it's not on video, the next one might be an audio one. I don't know yet, but we'll actually check it out and see. We actually I just scored a really good interview with a collector, and I can't wait to actually talk about the collection just because you know and then you can't see it, but Chris has his collection in front of him right here, so it might be both of us on that one as well. Yeah, right. He has it all in there.
There isn't a direction, something isn't.
Yeah, but if you want to see Chris's collection, I actually have a small clip. I got him to send me a quick video clip of his Star Wars collection that is right above his desk. Check it out on our TikTok, which I'm about to give you all TikTok page in a minute. But I can't wait to have that collection episode. And there's a couple other episodes I want to do. I'm still trying to get some more interviews here. I'm still trying to come up with something for everyone. So if you have any ideas, please feel free to reach out to us and kind of give us any ideas, anything you want to hear. Whatever service you're listening to us on, please give us a review. If you review it on that service, that kind of gets us to more ears and it gets people to follow us more and all that. And, we can actually expand more, and kind of get out and do more things. All right. I'm definitely trying to get more stuff done. Unfortunately, we're kind of like the little engine that could right now. So please, share and everything, follow, continues to push us so we can actually kind of get up that hill. All right. So if you want to reach out to us, you can actually email us at toldmywifepodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at toldmywifepodcast. You can actually follow us on Facebook. I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills. You can subscribe to our YouTube page at I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills podcast. You can actually find me on TikTok at SlimTaurus78. That's SlimTaurus78. You can actually find us as well, our whole podcast, at Told My Wife Podcast on TikTok as well, with gaming clips and different other things here or there, podcast clips as well. So before we go, Chris, you got anything else you wanted to say?
No, I've probably been long-winded enough tonight.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Just means I'm enjoying myself, though.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's all good. Yes. So hopefully for the next one, we'll have Black back. If not, though, he will be back soon. I promise. It's just a matter of still equipment issues. So, but until the next one, I'm Slim.
And I'm Chris.
And whether you're binging or button mashing, we'll catch you on the next episode. Good night, everybody.
Peace.